John Coombs here. I'm Dr. James Wilson, the developer of the Adrenal Fatigue Quartet. James, would you like to discuss the effect of your quartet on male libido and men's ability to manage their libido?
I think it's really important for people to understand, especially men, that a lot of the sexual health comes from the adrenal glands. Of course, it's not the only factor. There are many factors that we have to consider, like atherosclerosis and heart health and blood pressure, other things like that. But the adrenals seem to be one of the more common things that are unspoken about in a man's health with sex hormones. And the reason for that is because the adrenal glands produce about 40% of that male sex hormone called testosterone, and as well as most of the DHEAS that goes on to make testosterone. And if males don't have enough of that in their adrenals, they don't make enough of it, then of course then they don't get the extra that they need to have proper sexual function. So as the adrenals become weaker, it's only a natural result that the men's libido goes down. And you can understand that from nature's point of view, that nature says, we don't want to waste that energy when we already have a tired person. We want to save that energy because we may need to have that energy for something else. So they start shutting down the male libido in order to preserve that energy in case it's needed for survival or another stress coming up. But as the adrenals are rebuilt and get stronger again, then we see that the male's vitality often comes back, and that I've had more than one occasion for people who have regained their sexual health when they didn't think it was possible. I had one woman last year in Las Vegas after I'd spoken who caught me in the hallway and gave me a big hug and says, "Thank you for giving my husband back his libido." And I said, "You're welcome." And she says, "He's right over there, but he was too shy to come and talk to you himself." So I looked over, and there he is waving, and he just lip-synced, "Thank you." And I've had another man that caught me in the hallway, a doctor, and he said, "I didn't think it was possible, but I got my sex drive back again. Thanks a lot. And it was your products that did it because I didn't do anything else." And so as we look, we can understand that the biochemistry and the physiology that has to do with a better male function coming from the adrenals. And then we have the testimonials, the spontaneous testimonials that I didn't ask for. They came up and told me themselves, or they've written in, or they've emailed, that we have now many, many people that have experienced a great increase in their sexual desire. Now, it doesn't make them raving maniacs. It just brings their sexual desire and their performance levels back up again. But that's a very important thing to a male. It's a lot of part of their identity. And so the more we can help that male get back to their normal and optimal sexual function, the happier male we often find. So I'm happy that the quartet's able to do that for these men.
And the average cost of this is about the cost of 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day?
It's a lot cheaper than Viagra, I'll tell you that.
Any side effects, James?
Now, I haven't seen any side effects except that overall it's not just the male function that can improve, but an overall sense of happiness, better able to be competent in most of the things they do, clearer thinking, calmer, more able to respond to stressful situations, getting sick less often, and generally having a more positive life.
So in summary, it's not just aging that reduces libido, it's also stress.
It's not aging. I had a friend of mine that had his youngest child at 80. It's not aging that causes it. It's the deterioration of the body.
So treating your life with adequate stress relief is going to improve your libido on average.
And your life.
Thank you very much, James. Dr. James Wilson, PhD and developer of the Adrenal Quartet.